Okay, we're getting a hit on this one, guys. Looks like we got a trout over here, guys. Nice little trout, nice rainbow. Beautiful fish, nice rainbow, guys. I'm going to show you exactly, hold on here, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm using. I'm going to release this guy only because he's about 14 inches. He's a small one. Okay, let's release this guy. First I want to show you where he's hooked. Can you guys see that? Top of the mouth. Top of the mouth not coming out. So let's put this pole down real quick, and I'm going to show you what exactly we got going on here. First I want to show you the fish. Beautiful rainbow. Okay, nice rainbow trout. We're going to release him. Whoa! See you later, buddy. Slippery. All right. Oh, he's sitting right there. Right there. So he's hanging out right here, swimming away. There he goes, swimming away. So let's touch base on what we got going on here real quick. So my setup, I'm fishing the bottom, right? And basically I got my weight on the bottom, right? This isn't generally how I would rig it, but I had to put a split shot there because the float that I'm using would stay on top of the water. So I had to add that split shot. Temporary setup, but it works. So basically the weight stays in that position, right? Then I got a float over here. Okay, so I got from here, my weight to the float is 2 feet. This is very important, 2 feet. And then I got about 8 inches is where my hook is. I'm using a super mealworm. Super mealworm, okay? So the sinker is down on the floor. This is called Santee Cooper rig, guys. This is known for catfishing, Santee Cooper rig. So I got a tiny dauber that's gonna hold the mealworm off the bottom. Okay, so basically I'm gonna be off the bottom about 1 foot. Okay, the dauber, this float is gonna be 2 feet off the bottom. This is gonna hang down about 8 inches. Okay, so that's the setup we got. I'm using a super mealworm. Let me show you exactly what that looks like. Let me get the super mealies out. I actually just ordered them from Reptilian Arts. Reptilian Arts. If you guys don't know what a super mealworm looks like, this is a super mealworm. Okay, they don't look too active because it's cold out. Super mealworms like room temperature. So once I get them home, they'll be moving around, going crazy. So these are super mealworms. Okay, and we gotta, what I'll do is you guys will stay on, and I'm gonna rig this up real quick. I got this one on the bottom also. I got that one. So I got 2 on the bottom for trout, and I got 2 on the bottom for catfish. 2 on the bottom for catfish. If we get something, I'll show you that rig. But I was just about to go over here and throw a jerkbait. Just about to do that. And then I heard the bell go off. Actually, if I'm gonna be honest, I was over there just getting ready to take a leak, and the bell started going off. So I didn't even get to take a leak yet. So here we go. Here's another one. This is an Aaron Martin light wire hook, Gamakatsu. Okay, this is actually a drop shot hook. Okay, it's super sharp, thin wire, perfect for trout, perfect. And it's a size 6. So I got a super mealworm that I'm rigging up right now, rigging it through the tail. Okay, rigging it into the tail. I want to ring it in the head, I'll kill it. So I'm rigging it like that. That's exactly how I rig it, just like that, nothing fancy. Okay, so super mealworm is up floating, right, because of the dauber, 8 inches apart, and my sinker is down on the ground, down on the floor, right, 2 feet down. And the reason why I did that, let's throw this out real quick. Let's throw this out real quick. Perfect. Let that go to the bottom. So the reason why I did that is because look at all these leaves. You see all these leaves? There's so much leaves and, you know, moss and grass on the bottom that my mealworm, if I threw it on the bottom, it would most likely be getting buried by all this debris. So I want it off the bottom, about 2 feet off the bottom with that little dauber. That little dauber, it's not going to affect the trout, as you just noticed. It's not going to, they're going after that giant mealworm. And that's exactly what happened. All right, guys. I'm going to go take a leak real quick. And hopefully we come back with another fish. But I'm going to tighten this up. Show you how I do this. So basically I reeled in my slack. I got my line somewhat basically tight. And I got my bell on there. See that? I got my bell on there. I'm gonna come over here. This looks a little twisted here. Fix that real quick. Okay. Perfect. Now I'm going to check my slack, reel it in a little bit. Perfect. Just what I want. And I want to loosen my drag. Loosen my drag a little bit. Most importantly is put a stake in the ground, because you don't want your pole flying in the water. Especially if it's a $400 setup. You don't want it flying in the water. You put a stake in there. All right. So real quick, guys, we're over here at the pond. Just doing a little catfishing on the bottom, right? We got 2 rods over here with super mealworms on the bottom. Overcast. We had a tiny bit of rain, but nothing crazy. You know, it stopped. It's actually nice out. Put a light, you know, fall jacket on, a hat, and you're good to go. I got the lawn chair set up over there, and once I got done over here, I'm going to go over there and throw a jerkbait while these guys are doing their thing on the bottom. So I generally leave them on the bottom for about an hour. The catfish ones, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. If I'm not getting nothing there, guess what? I'm going to pick those up and move them. I'm not going to let them sit there all day. Catfish, you know, if they're in the area, they're in the area, but let them sit for an hour and go from there. These guys, 2 giant mealworms on the bottom for trout, or maybe a big sunfish, or maybe a crappie, whatever wants to eat it. Catfish, anything will eat a giant mealworm, anything. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Jumping out of the water for you, Pete. Nice breeder. Look, one of the breeders. What do you think about that, guys? One of the breeders for you. nice rainbow, guys, right there for you. Beautiful rainbow. This guy we're gonna keep. I think I have a stringer here. I think I have a stringer in the bag. Nice rainbow, guys. Nice rainbow. Hold on, buddy. It almost actually took my pole in the water, this rainbow. Alright guys, we'll be back. Nice rainbow right there. Beautiful. Nice rainbow.